We'll break down this song into three main parts: the signature intro, the verse progression, and that unique key-changing hum. So let's get started. Here's the intro. Yeah, so let's take a look. Let's take a quick look. We need to know the E chord here. So we're starting with E, open E, fret, capo 1. Don't forget capo 1. We use page capos kind of exclusively because they're so easy to keep on the guitar and attach when you need it, and it's just there for you all the time. If you'd like one, you can support the channel at no additional cost to you by taking a look at this card up here and ordering one today, or take a look at the link in the description. So we're starting with open low E, fret 2 on the A, fret 2 on the D, fret 1 on the G, and fret 0 on the B and 0 on the high E. And that's the E chord we're looking for. So we're also using part of the scale to get from chord to chord to walk up, or walk the line up to from one chord to the next, and then walk back down from one chord to the next. We're also using these really cool change bass notes. So, for example, you could use bass note here and then strum the chord on the E, right? And then alternate to fret 2, which is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or do, re, mi, fa, sol, the 5 of the E chord, which is common when you're alternating bass lines. So we could just use bass, strum, bass, boom, chicka, boom, chicka. Or you could use that down, down, up, down, down, up, down. And that pattern comes at a little bit of expense for your personal time. So we pretty much have to get that downstroke, that bass note hit, and then as we drop the forearm down, we kind of turn the wrist away from us, away from us, sort of like we're painting the fence. And then when we come back up, we're doing that same kind of upstroke, but also turning the wrist, right? And that upstroke aligns the picking hand to come in contact with the next bass note. And you can speed it up and slow it down if you want. You could just play the same bass note, or you could just simply get away with just a bass note and then strum. And then the next chord for the down, B7, which is 2 on the A string, 1 on the D string, 2 on the G, and then open B and fret 2 on the high E string. And we're alternating back and forth between that B note and then that F sharp on fret 2 on the low E string. Then we move up to the A. What is that? So we start with first verse is B, back to E. Back to E, walk up to A, and then back to E, back to B, and then down to E. And this is where we walk up to the key change, hum, and then we do the little hum, and then we're on A, which is open A, and I'm triple stopping because I'm using the lazy A. The D, G, and B strings all on fret 2. I don't really need the open high E string, so I'm just going to scrap that, okay? The trick about this second verse is that we're moving to the E chord, but we start with the 5th in the bass first, and we alternate 5, 1, 5. back up to D, down to A, down to E, back up to A, and then we hang on the D chord. Oh, this is another key change where we're modulated into the D. The same A chord, but we're playing the fifth of the A first. And then the root note second. Fifth of the A, and then root of the A, fifth. So here it is slowly. Ooh, if I could play it. Okay, so we're starting on D, A, back to D, and the key changes and the vocal tone all contribute to the song's iconic sound. And so I would encourage you to really play this slowly and study all of these things slowly. And if you have to, if you'd like, you can go back and re-examine some of these sections at half the speed. Just push the 0.5 button on the YouTube playback, under settings. Go ahead and take a look at halving the speed. If that helps, that should help. And just like the old school musicians, like we used to do, we just play, for a little bit, push play, let the recording go by for a few seconds, capture what we could and memorize it, press stop, and then try to find it on the guitar, practice it, press rewind and go back. So you get really good at just kind of using that scroll bar. But it's really important to start slow and gradually increase your speed. Thanks for joining me for this lesson on I Walk the Line. Remember, perfect practice makes perfect, and don't forget to check out our channel memberships for more in-depth content and live Q&A sessions. If you enjoyed this tutorial, give it a thumbs up, share it with your guitar playing friends, and let me know in the comments what song you'd like to see next. And until next time, happy picking.